If you just picked up your new iPhone 17 or any iPhone really, we've tested a lot of iPhone accessories. Everything to get you started, like a protective case, easy to install screen protector, and a 3-in-1 MagSafe charging dock. So let's check it out.
Buying a new iPhone should be celebrated with jealous stares from anyone using anything older than yours now, and the ego boost of owning a shiny new toy for at least a week. So having to deal with all this is a no-go. Instead, we're working with ESR to show you an iPhone 17 starter pack. The first accessories you should get right after you sell your soul to the Apple cult, starting with decluttering your box of cables into this, a 3-in-1 charging station that has you covered for your iPhone, AirPods, and Apple Watch, all with a single cable. This Cryo Boost charging dock offers Qi 2.2 25-watt fast charging, and to sustain that speed, they've also built in a fan to keep your phone chill as it gets juiced up. Seriously, you can actually feel the fan at work, and we tried using a smoke machine to visually demonstrate, but outside of breathing a lot of vapor in, you can actually see it sucking and blowing like a pro. The MagSafe mount is strong enough to use while charging, and you've got portrait or landscape mode available for your midnight viewing activities, especially considering it passes our scientific poke tests without budging at all. The included wall charger comes with value on its own. A 50-watt USB-C port with folding prongs at the size of about an AirPods Pro case, making for a great travel charger if you're looking to pack light. Speaking of which, the Apple charger is detachable too, and given the tiny size of it, you can also conveniently charge your watch when connected to any of your other devices while on the go, because any watch owner will tell you the struggle of having to pack another wired cable for a single purpose. This 3-in-1 package is slim enough to keep on your nightstand while also functional enough to also leave on your work desk too, especially if you turn on that new tongue scrolling feature. Ugh. However, we're just getting started, but we've already covered about 80% of your accessory needs. And remember, if you're interested in anything, links are down below. But now, let's take a look at keeping this chunker protected next, because you've probably seen the early reports of the new iPhone scratching, and they're not lying. Aluminum sort of sucks in terms of durability, but it is great with handling heat. So the solution? Cover it up with the Cyber Series Tough Case, which looks as cool and feels as futuristic as the name suggests. Raised bumpers around the whole phone, and even a metal phone stand that doubles as extra camera coverage too. So with how tough this claims to be, let's just see how it does in our scientific drop tests. Obviously easy peasy. With the dual layer of rubber liner and plastic shell on the outside, you can toss this around with confidence. And I'm not just saying that. Let me show you what I mean. Yeah, you can hand this to your devil child that throws everything without worrying about it cracking. Unfortunately, it doesn't protect against slobber. Ugh. If you're wondering, most of the value is on the inside, as the whole back panel is lined with this foam-like cushion that's designed to absorb the impact instead of your iPhone. And honestly, who would have thought 20 years ago that we'd be protecting our phones when Nokia just did it right out of the box? They've got several colorways available with a matching orange too. The MagSafe sticks on stronger than your clingy girlfriend, and it passes our scientific shake tests. But all that does come with the cost of some additional bulk. However, not for nothing with how much coverage you're getting, as your USB-C port has never felt safer. The buttons are raised and clicky all around, with smooth pass-through on the camera control as well. As if all that wasn't enough, the metal ring around the camera bump also doubles as a surprisingly sturdy stand, which is odd to think about adding more metal to carry around, but it's got a sturdy hinge, passes my scientific poke test again, and when folded away, you don't even notice it's there, while also giving your camera lenses some extra love too, which just means we've now got most of the phone covered up. However, the front side is feeling a little bit naked, and while the raised edges do keep it lifted on flat surfaces, for the rest of the time, combining the UltraFit Armorite Pro screen protector gives you complete 360 degrees of protection, with the main benefit being how easy it is to install. You simply place it into the included dock, squeeze, and pull. Well, bam, perfectly aligned, no bubbles, no dust, and most importantly, no one calling you out for not knowing how to install a screen protector properly. The edges are rounded off, which feels great on the fingers and leaves enough space for most cases to fit as well. Plus, don't worry, if you do end up messing up or even cracking one, they include 2 more in the box, which is insane value as long as you remember to keep that installer too. So the only thing left to do is to test if it even works to protect your phone.
So one of the tests ESR claims their screen protector is capable of withstanding is the steel ball test. And I've got one here. About 2 feet high. About 3 feet high. And so far so good still. Let's go as high as we can. About 4.5. Oh, dead center. And it's completely fine. So yeah, I'd say that's a pretty true claim.
Now, I don't recommend doing this at home. Leave it to me to wreck mine for you, but that's putting up some insane stats for your iPhone. Combine that with the case, your phone can finally share a pocket with your keys, wallet, or change without having to shed a tear when you pull this out scratch-free. Plus, after all that carnage, it's still crystal clear. There's actually 0 scratches left on the screen, so if you still somehow mess this up, you definitely deserve an award for the clumsiest iPhone owner to date.
Let me know if you upgraded to the iPhone 17 this year, because I tried buying one in store and they're all sold out. So at least one of you out there definitely got a new phone. But that's it. I rest my case. Classic.